when I began to become a Christian, it was very tough. Because in the whole of our family, nobody went to church. Not only that nobody went to church pastors used to come to our house to collect power. Whether they are prophets or they are senior pastors, they came in the evening to collect power to rule their churches. And we were part of those who we prepared the concoction for them. So it was not interesting for anybody to preach to me and say I should give my life to Christ. I say, which Christ? Christ that does not have power. Christ that cannot keep his people. Christ that it is my Father that is sustaining his preachers. How can I leave what is real to follow useless sin like that? That was my argument. So when God confronted me and said, go and give your life to me, I said, who are you? That's my first question. Who are you, sir? Do you have power to keep me? Because I knew that I need power to survive in the world. I knew that. I knew that if you don't have power, the world will mess you up. I knew that. I saw my uncles messed up. I saw my uncle who came home to marry. After we have done the dancing and we have carried the woman to the house in the way we normally do. And this my uncle has already undressed himself. And the wife was getting ready for him so that they can have their first night together. And he was there entering the room when he heard a voice. And the voice called him by his name. And it looked like as if he heard the voice of my father, who is his own senior brother. And as he said, "Oh," that's how you answer in the local language that time. Once he said, "Oh," and went out after the voice, we never saw him again. Look at the wife that has undressed herself, left like that. All ceremony is finished. They look everywhere for him throughout the night, nowhere to be found. Next day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, nowhere. They went everywhere. My father went to police. I lost my brother. Police looked at him and said, "But you are a powerful man. Don't you know that what you are talking about, police cannot handle it? You better go back and meet your oracles." And in my very eyes, all kind of sacrifices, all kind of things that were done. To cut the long story short, after 9 days, those demons were talking to my father, but it was their agent. And they were directing him, go this bush, go that way, and he was following them. If Jesus was not more powerful, I would never have left following my father. I didn't just decide to follow Jesus. I have to be sure that he has power to keep me. So after 9 days, as the demons, the principalities, the Oshorongas, were directing him, they went and found him tied under a tree. His fingernails have come out like that of hyena. He has lost his voice. How did he eat? He was using his hand to squeeze mud to drop some water in his mouth. By the time they were bringing him back, he has lost consciousness. And I saw the power of demons in display. They were walking, all kind of animals that were slaughtered. And so gradually, he came back. So when Jesus said, I should give my life to him, I asked, I should give my life to you. Do you have power to keep me? If you have power, why are your preachers, why are they coming home here? It was then I knew that there are many people that come to church. They have not met Christ. There are many great singers. Singers of church hymnals. But they've not taught the reality of the man of Calvary. Now, I told you that story not because I want to entertain you. It was because I want to show you something. So the day I was going to hand over my life to Christ, I said, God, I'm handing this life to you because you say you have power to keep me. If anything goes wrong, it will be your fault too. Praise the Lord. It's more than 50 years. Nothing has been wrong. When my father discovered that I gave my life to Christ, he started crying. He said, why am I living reality? That all these powers, it was for me, was keeping them. Why do I want to be following people that don't know anything? I said, I'm not following them, I'm following Jesus. And that Jesus will not disappoint me. And my father did his hand like this. You know when an elder do you like this, that means your eyes will see. And he said, I give you 2 years. You are coming back. And he gave me a proverb. What is the proverb? He said, every chicken, every hen, no matter how it goes, it will end in the pot. You know what he said? Say, wherever you go, no matter how you try, you will end up here. You'll come back here. And then he said, this one went and came back. That one came back. The more he said that, I entered into a covenant with God. I said, Father, if it remains tomorrow for me to go back, you must take me home. I have not left that covenant. But God said, I have all it takes to keep you. Not just to keep you barely. I have all it takes to make you what I said I will make you. So when we begin to talk tonight about being renewed like eagle, maybe, for some of you, you don't know. Maybe. For me, where can I return to? If I don't go on, where do I go back to? Will I go back and apologize to my father and say, Daddy, what you said is true. He has no power actually. So I've come back. So for me, one matter is settled. I must go forward. I must increase. I must get to the height. Because I'm aware that some people are sitting, waiting, and say, let us see. No matter how chicken travel, he will return to the house. And the final fire will be the one that will roast him in the house. That's why I decided from that time, I will not be a chicken. I will not end in the pot. I don't know your decision. But whether God has power to keep you, there is no doubt about that. Whether God is able to make you all that He says He wants to make you, there is no doubt about that. And whether God is willing to do it, I have no doubt about that.